Hello, hello, hello. Can you all hear me okay? Let me test, 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 test. Do I sound good? Do I sound sexy as always? Callist, I saw you flee. I saw you run. How dare you run? How dare you run? You come in here, call me a bottom, and immediately leave? You were locked. Oh, I'm sorry. I can leave, chat. Chat, I'm leaving. Bye, chat. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye, chat. We're leaving. Bye. I don't think this counts. Hi. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? I see we learned how to count today. We have first is Vanya, second is Infinity X Infinity, which I think it's Xfinity, but I might be wrong. Hello, Infinity. How you doing, sweetie? Then we have Control Pink. Hello, Pink. How's the art going, by the way? And thank you for the hydrate. We'll start off with a nice little hydrate. Ruby's first thing in the stream. I mean, why not? Why not? You know, maybe you deserve a little rippies. Mm-hmm. All right, we have the lovely me. It's me. I'm always the lovely one. Wait, we're gonna test that out. Can I hear that better? I think it is better. Perfect. Anyways, hello, Vanya. Lovely to see you. Hello, Pink. Lovely to see you. Hello, Moreau. Good to see you, Moxie. Hi. Venus. Mwah. Amethyst. Hello, my birthstone. Infinity. What is up? What is up? Keeper of Fate. Always good to see you. I think I might have said your name more than once, but we do not know. Mwah. Get kissed again. I gotta take the shirt off before it gets ripped. Callist, I am sorry that you don't like water. Mitchie, how you doing, Mitchie? Have you been doing more art, or you've just been practicing the silly game we were going to duel in? And Neeks is lurking, unfortunately. I'm not done talking to people yet, Silas. Silas, I'm working through it. Hello, Silas. How you doing? Good to see you. Neeks is lurking. Hello, Spell. Mwah. Hello, Moxie already said hello to Moreau. Good to see you. Silas, seeing you again. Hello. Mwah. Mitchie, still good to see you again. Mwah. And there we go. Mwah. Oh, hello, Fifi. Mwah to you too. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, perfect. We already got a shot. Do I not follow Fifi? Fifi, apparently I don't follow you. I apologize. I thought I followed you. I could have sworn I followed you, but who knows? But yes, so today we're playing some horror games, and you're divorcing. Do we get married? Gasp! I mean, I know we were gonna go date the front of a bus, but I didn't know it went that far. Smash. It's very fair. In my dreams, we did. Well, you have to invite me next time. Hi, sweet angel. How you doing? Mwah, to you too. Don't worry, we already have that date to kiss the front of a bus together. So, at least we got that going still. Oh, chat, I've been told I need to stop saying I'm going to kill myself. So from now on, I'm going to say stupid things instead of that. So if you're like, oh, why did Gene say this really weird thing? It's because I'm trying not to say I'm going to kill myself. But yes, hello, Silas. Mwah. Perfect. Okay, game. Yeah, I'm going to contribute to the trout population today. Because, there was this guy. Who he was just saying, hi, Killian. He said he's going to go into the water and become a trout. And then that became, I'm going to contribute to the trout population today. With no context. I love the idea of just saying the weirdest things. It makes me less, What about salmon? I mean, I don't know how I feel about salmon. Yeah, fuck your fish. But yes, horror game. Let me get it. Good day. Need a shower, but wanted to say hi. Well, hello. I do appreciate you coming into chat, telling us all that you stink, and then going to go wash. It is a frequent occurrence, but you know. I know, I'm kidding. Enjoy your shower. I'd love to come with you, but you know, a little far away. I'm kidding, Nix. I love you. Mwah. Thank you so much for coming by. You enjoy your shower. Take me with you. Obviously. Okay. Chat. Oh, Fifi, you like 7 Days to Die, don't you? I might have to DM you sometime. We can't hear the game. Oh, well. Oh, not this again. I just fixed you. Don't you dare start acting up on me. I spent so long fixing this. Oh, fucking dare it. This again. All right, chat, give me a second. We're going to have to go through a few different audio sources to be like, is it this one? What is it? Is there bulge jiggle physics? Yeah, I'm sure somebody has bulge jiggle physics. That person is not me. No, we keep that for the IRL streams. There it is. Okay. So we got to change this to this. Boop. Then we change this one to this. Okay, that one's good. There we go. Game fixed. Volume should be good. Please let me into your insides, chat. That's insane. Vanya Vorstream. No. Okay. Chat, game sound okay? Does it sound like there's water? Can you hear the water, chat? Does it sound loud enough? Game sounds good? Nice. Well, if you can hear the motion of the ocean, here we go. La da 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 da. How about that? Was that loud enough? All right. Good mods. Such good mods. My sweet little mods. Wait, Shahi here. Mwah. Such good mods. Who's a good mod? Is it you? Are you the good mod? Yes, it is. Sorry. Hi, Echo. Mwah. Hello, Lost Soul. We just immediately get at it. No, I think you're a turtle. Ain't he pretty? Ain't he pretty, chat? La da 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 da. And oh, chat, we're next to the shower. Chat, don't make a mess. Keep all the potty language to yourself. Don't make it too dirty. Keep the shower clean. You're messing everywhere. Don't mess everywhere. How dare you? Is the game too dark? Here, chat. I'm going to increase the lighting so y'all can actually see. What? What do you mean we can't join you? What do you mean we can't join you? That's... No, but they're going to see the flashlight. I want you all to be able to see. I don't care about me being able to see. The screen is going to be too dark for me anyways because I have a window next to me. God. That ain't fair. That ain't fair, Nix. That ain't fair. How dare you bring up the fact that you're showering and then be like, no. Not for you. Rude. So rude. I'm going to tell on you. Is he loud enough, by the way, chat? I think I might need to make the game louder so we can all get the proper panic. Let's see if we can panic.
I see you.
I missed. Chat, I missed. Chat, I missed.
It's locked. Not from this side.
I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Filthy, you didn't tell me if you can cook. If you can cook, that changes things. That changes things, Filthy. If you can cook, we'll get married right now. Right now, Filthy. Fifi. I am a baby, okay? I'm too horny right now. Well, I mean... You forbid the marriage. Oh, God! What am I doing? What am I doing? Close the door! Close the door! Close the door! Close the door! Why'd I do that? Leave! I'm sorry, Fifi, but I have to marry you now that Vanya forbids it. It's legally required. Chat, I can't get out. Chat, I can't get out. You hate it here so much. That's okay, that's okay. No, it's just the one. He just won't leave. He's just there. Look at him. Fuck it. Are you ready, chat? Okay, I got this. Yo! Oh. God damn it, not this again. You ready, chat? You ready, chat? You and me, we got this. We got this together. We're about to sprint. No, you can't. You can't see me. You can't see me. No. I think he got me. All right, is the game too loud now? We'll turn the game down a little bit. Huh? Huh? Chat, I teleported. Wait. I'm so confused, chat. Thank you for the follow. Oh, right. 1 second, chat. Lovelies. We're going to fix this real quick. Thank you so much for the follow. It's greatly appreciated. Welcome. Hump the wall. Why are you humping the wall? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, fuck. Open. What do you mean it's locked? Hi, Lorlian. Hello, Lorlian. How you doing? Welcome. Hope you enjoy your time here.
Finley?
Cat? No, it's Brody. I thought it was Finley with the lights coming back on.
It worked? Thank Christ. Finley was here, but we get separated. You alright?
Aye. The rig is needle. We're starting to sink.
You kidding me? How long till it goes under?
Soon if we do nothing. Look, I need you to come down to the pontoons. If we keep the tension winches in all 4 legs, we can buy some time.
What's the point? The pontoons, the electricity, they fucking things. It's a fucking nightmare.
What you on about? You survived this long, haven't you?
Chat, one of you stole my fucking lighters.
Most of the poor bastards on this
Lore. Hi, Lore. Lore, I like your name. It's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely name.
Roy keeps telling me.
Aye. Well, he's a Barnsley fan, so he'll be
Pause, rewind, replay. What, Gene, do? Somebody stole my lighter. How dare you?
no wrong about this.
You thieves, all of you. All of you are thieves.
Jammiest bastard on this rig, and we need that right now. So let's do this. Aye.
What's
Chat,
the date
is
today?
it good to be jammy?
The winches in legs A and B, and I'll do
Do I want to be jammy?
There's a direct
What does it mean to be jammy, chat? Somebody explain to me what it means to be jammy.
I'll find my way down.
top man, Cat. I'll give you a shout over the tannoy if we're in business.
Interesting. Okay, chat, it's going to take me 1 second. 1 second. I need you to entertain yourselves for just like a minute, okay? Mwah, be good. Behave yourselves. I promise I'll be right back. I need... 1 second, okay? Mwah. Pay attention. Focus on the people. Left. Mwah. Wait. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here? Sorry. I had one of those moments, when you're like, you have something on your mind, you're like, shit, I need to know where this thing is. I need to know where this thing is right now. And so I was like, I need to fucking know where my stupid lighter is. And I found it. We're good now. But I feel better. Don't scatter. What are you doing? Why are you running away? How dare you? Crimes against chat. Chat's committing crimes. Chat, stop committing crimes. I took your lighter, Moxie. I'm sorry. Lost Souls, why don't I believe you? Hey, what's funny thing is, we did this last time. I think the game glitched us forward or backward. I'm dying here. So we're doing good, though. Chat, should I jump in the fire? Well, then I teleport us forward. All right, chat, we're going to jump in the fire. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ha! Fuck. I thought something else would happen. I am a little disappointed. We go together. Okay, chat, hold hands, everybody. We're going to jump in the fire together. All right, chat. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do it again. I'm not that stupid. We're going to jump off this instead. There it is. What kind of godfire is this? Stop being on fire. All right, chat. We probably don't need this ever again. Yee! Oh, well, I'm sorry. Let me try. Wow, okay. Okay. There it is. Yee! Oh, okay. Yo, okay. Okay. You know what? Hello, Pomo, sweetie. How you doing? Ha! Success. The game won't let me kill myself. Get some food, chat. Yeah, if you haven't eaten today, please eat some food. It's very important that you eat. Oh, fuck. You're stuck with us. Counter weight control. Yay!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I have a bad feeling about this. All right, chat. Do you think we can make it? Oh, wait a second. We're good. Eat me instead, chat. Cannibalize me. Cannibalize my body. That is worrying. That is worrying. Why is the Mpreg emote your most used emote? It's also the most used emote in this stream,
Oh, Christ.
as well as like multiple other streams. It's my most used emote in other people's streams. That means y'all stay in Mpreg wherever you go. That's crazy. Okay. Am I stupid? Am I dumb, stupid, or dumb? I'm missing something here. What the fuck am I doing? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yee! Okay, well. I'm not Mpreg. Desi thinks I'm ugly, chat. Pass it on. All right, chat, we got this. 3, 2, shit! There we go. Viva la revolution! Viva la revolution! Na 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 na. La da 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 da. Oh shit. There we go again. Desi, you hate me. That's what you did. That's what you did. You just hate me for no reason. And you think I smell funny. Oh, fuck. That's okay, Silas. You'll hate me eventually. That was weird. It's that emote, chat. It's that emote that makes you stink. Every use of that emote makes you stink a little bit more. It's true facts, chat. It's true facts. Stinky emote. Chat don't care. Chat will be stinky for that emote. But Gene is the emo. I am not the emo. I am me. You are me. We are here and we are all together.
It's training. Brody must have done like Z.
What am I doing here? That looks like death. Okay, chat. Death is here. So I turn that off. Aha! Ladder. We are Ditto. You're all Gene. How are you all me? Also, Gene, the chat is covering up the subtitles. Well, that sounds like a you problem. I can't believe you do that. I'm just messing with you. La da 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 na 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 na. There we go. Arf, arf, I'm such a cute little puppy. There you go. Desi, I talk to you. You don't need a, you fine, Desi. Hello, Desi. Mwah. Get a fucking kiss. Get kissed, nerd. Mwah.
Soaking. I need to sort it at the fuse box or it'll keep shorting out.
Oh, here we go. Thank you for the, oh, fuck. Thank you for the lurks. Oh, Lost Souls. Hello, Lost. Sorry, I didn't see your praise redeem. Are you still here? Lost, let me know if you're still here. If you're not, we will refund you. Oh, hello, Lost. Hey, Lost. Sweetie. What are your pronouns? What pronouns do you prefer? La da 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 da. Na 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 na. Here, but also fighting a spider. Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're back. Him, perfect. Do you still want praise? I can give you praise. Oh shit. Hi, Kiwi, how you doing? Okay. Lost. Baby boy. You are so kind. You have such lovely energy about you. And I'm always so happy to see you here in chat. You seem like you have an incredible energy. And you deserve only the best in the world. And I know, Lost, as long as you do your best, you will get everything you deserve. Because what you deserve is a lot. Okay? You deserve all the love and kindness and sweetness in the world. Wait, why is that going all the way up? I want it down. Mwah. Oh, yeah. It's an ASMR artist? Bad. That's exactly what it is. Give me the stupid little counterweight. Come on down. Me done? Mwah. I got you, you little bastard. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay, we're gonna add a pet emote soon, or a pet redeem soon, I promise. As well as a cotton candy emote. I'll probably try to do it this weekend. I just need to figure out how the systems work. La da 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 na 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 na. What's that? Yeah, I'll give your cat a side eye. I'm gonna fight your cat. I hope you know that. Tell your cat I'm coming for it. Also, Mike's still good? We still sound good? I had to adjust something.
Oh, thank Christ. Here it is. Okay. Back to
What? You can help me out with what? What can you help me out with? That's fair. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, please. I'd love that poem. I'd really appreciate that. You ready, chat? You ready? Are you ready? God damn, here we go. It's going to be a panic. Oh, my God. We got a dead man here already. This is insane. This is insane. Oh, God. I'm not excited for this one. Chat, I'm not excited at all. Oh, no. God damn.
Fuck. How many more bodies are there? Jesus.
All right. Here we go. And up the stairs we go. And a little right turn here. And another right. And another right.
Winch control. Where are you, you bastard?
Yeah, let me out. Oh, damn it. They want me to do things. Fine. Fine, video game. I'm going to do things. Just for chat. Chat, this is just for you, by the way. That didn't work. Well, that's what I did for you. What if I do this? Oh, didn't do a thing. Did I turn on what thing? No. I like the way you a Southern man and a British. Nah, this is Scottish. This is them Scots. You got to keep an eye for them Scots. They're on the other place. Do y'all ever play the old Star Wars game? There used to be an old Star Wars game where you had... Oh, shit, I forgot to hit this button. Here we go. Give me a second, chat. All right, here we go.
Cats, that's it. The cable's engaged. Glad you're all right. It's, not exactly very nice down here.
There's a fucking understatement.
I've done the first cable. You need to do the same in leg B to the pontoon.
Right.
See you on the other side, Kaz.
All right, here we go.
Pal.
Cat got caught vibing. All right, so there was this game back in the day, right? There's this game, and it was one of them Star Wars games, and there was a segment where you go into the water, and there's something in the water, and it's oh god, was it scary? That was way back when though. Right? You remember Pomo? What should I eat? Ramen or a pot of mac and cheese? Pot of mac and cheese. Pot of mac and cheese. Every day. Get it. Go get it. And down we go. And left. And left. And right. Here we is. Oh, chat. Not only is it water. Chat, it's dark water. Oh. Oh, God. There's something wrong here, chat. That's a body. I mean, ain't no barking. I'm not a dog. Shut up. Fight me. That's a dead man. Kinda wanna blow shit up. Oh God, why is he coming with me? All right, chat. Do we want to light or no light? Light or no light? Light or no light? Light, no light. I think it's better if we don't know what's coming. Could be anything in the water. Oh God, something coming. I was gonna turn up the light a little bit more just in case. I just don't want to know what's coming. I don't want to see it. Ah! Alright, I mean, it's fine, There ain't nothing in there. There's nothing in there, chat. It's fine. It's totally fine. I swear to God, there's nothing fine. Oh God, why'd the water change? All right, chat, we made it. Oh, God, why is this so big? Oh, God, there's something here. There's something here, you know there is. I know it is. Chat, we're gonna go in the water a little bit. Nah, it's fine, chat. It's fine. Ain't nothing in here. Ain't nothing in here. Oh, damn, I don't want to go under. Electrope. Yeah, Electrope has many uses. Watch and see. You and your fuck-ass Electrope. I am confused. A man can lift himself on about anything, but these pipes? Nah. These pipes are big no. Oh, wait a second. Stop telling me I'm dying, chat. I'm not dying. This man must stink right now. And this man probably smells totally fine and good and tasty. Why would you insinuate this man smells? This man could be a good smeller. He could smell good. Hey. Okay, we're stopping now. Well, yeah, you know, because I'm him right now. And I smell tasty. Chat, you could eat me right now. And you wouldn't even hate yourself for it. You'd be like, yeah, tasty. Gene. What? Don't worry about it. Hi, welcome back, Nix. Ooh woo for you. Oh, Britt, you want me to ooh woo? Ooh woo.
No, I do not want to go in there. Fuck.
Ooh woo. Alright, so we're stopping. I hate the ooh woos. Why am I back in Southern? Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Nix, you ready? Let's go. Oh, fuck. There we go. Oh, we're doing great, chat. Is there still noise? There is sound. Ha ha ha. You all hear? Oh God, the water's moving. Oh, fuck me. Oh, it's me. Oh, fuck. Do you have thalassophobia? No, but this game is scary. Oh, there was no air. Hi, Neeks. How you doing, sweetie? Mwah. He's dead. Okay, we're going to try this again, chat. Let's go. All right. Come on. Come on. Mwah. Hi, Cookie. How you doing, sweetie? Silence has come already. Jeez. Silence, I didn't know you came by quickly. I think we gotta go. No, we are up. Where is further up? Okay, blocked, 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 blocked. What the fuck? There it is. I'm doing great. Okay, that's blocked. Where the fuck isn't blocked? Ah, there it is. All right. Self-care check. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, my name underwater. Hello, Lilith Queen. Lovely to see you. Mwah. I better be taking care of myself. Oh, stretch and hydrate. 1 second. And hydrate. Hey, Kinsey. How you doing? Next 10 minutes. Got you. Chat, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to sit here for the next 10 minutes. Just kidding. Can we get a shout out for Kinsey, by the way?
More draining. He's done the other one.
Eugene, can I have Skittles? Of course you can have Skittles. Of course you can. No shit. Okay, okay, okay. Fuck, before everything breaks. Where is it going to be? God, it's gotta be here somewhere, right? All right. Wait, 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 wait. That's not a ladder. Praise Pink. Pinky? Oh, Pink. No, Pink. Hi, Pink. Pink. Pink, lovely. Pink, Pink, Pink. You are incredible. You are such an amazing artist. You're so skilled at everything you do. You're so sweet, kind, and incredible. And Pink, I really, 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 really appreciate you so very, 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 very much. Thank you so much, Pink, for being as incredible as you have always been. And thank you, Vanya, for redeeming that for Pink. I love you, Pink. Mwah. All right, chat. I am so... Okay, found it. But yes, thank you for gifting us subs, Alice. I really appreciate it. 3, 2, 1. Down we go. There it is. All right, here we go, chat. Come on. Oh, amazing. Oh, here comes the noises, chat. Hi, Sayori. Sayori, always good to see you. Good to see you. Mwah. Welcome, 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 welcome. That was just darkness. Hello, hello. Love the hello. Hello, Mr. Obama. Hello, Mr. Obama, help me, please. Sorry.
Hello?
Have y'all seen that? Have y'all heard that?
Connor. Is that you?
Hello? Oh, God. 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 Hello? 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 There's jump scares in the water. There's jump scares in the water. There's all sorts of things. Please, Mr. Obama, I'm drowning. Oh, God, he's laughing.
I'm sorry. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Somebody needs to go get the copy pasta. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no.
I'm never gonna get the fuck out of here.
God, I love when they get possessed, don't you, chat? Isn't that the best? Oh, here we go. Hello? Mr. Obama, I'm drowning. Then drown. I love piercings. I do love piercings. Oh, I think I broke it. Shit, I think I broke it.
That's the way you
Okay. Hello, Mr. Obama? Are you still there? Mr. Obama, please, I'm drowning. Hello, I'm scared. I'll do anything for you, Mr. Obama. Please help. Anything? Anything for you, Mr. Obama? Then perish.
don't get around in just yet.
I'm very confused. Are you what? Hi, I might be a bitch. How you doing? I like your name. Why are we copy pasting biblical phrases? Huh? This is weird, right? One second. Yeah, chat, one sec. Did you just get fucking hacked? That was fucking weird. Oh, why were you copying the message? That was so fucking weird. You can untime out Batosai, but like, that was really fucking trippy. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was going insane too. Please untime out Batosai. Weird. Okay. let's not. No, I timed him out. I don't think he can type. Yeah, don't do that. Don't post weird. Not it's not even like religious shit. It's just like propaganda shit. Or like just weird rant. Yeah, no. I will assume you've been hacked, and I will ban you. I did ban whoever Regular Boy was. Okay, we're good. Batosai's back. Nice. No amens. No religious shit. I just said Vanya. Yeah, it's fair. Hi, Lacey. How you doing? Lunch break. Hi, Lily. How's lunch? Oh, wait. Oh, hey. Look at that. In a bit, Cookie. We'll get there. Hey, chat, why is it lit up? Okay. Cookie, sweetie, you are a fantastic artist. You're such a lovely, lovely person, and I'm really happy I got a chance to meet you. You're kind, you're sweet, and you have a lovely, lovely presence about you. I do really, really appreciate you. Mwah. Thank you so much for the redeem. Yeah, exactly, Batosai. Why would you... It was a thing... Okay, I do want to explain kind of like what freaked me out about it, is that it was a combination of a person coming in here and spamming it, and then suddenly you starting to spam it, and then Vanya starting to spam it. I'm like, am I watching people get hacked right now and taken over to become a weird fucking hive mind of religious random shit? I was about to end stream and just ban everybody.
I need to get warm. Jesus.
I had considered it. It's the call of the bandwagon. That's fair. I would have unbanned people when I confirmed that people were fine and that they weren't hacked.
I need to get warm.
What do you mean you need to get warm? Religious people, I mean, they also usually don't spam shit. Wait, what am I getting warm with? Sir, get warm. Make yourself warm. I don't fucking know what you want to do. Why do you want to be warm? How do I be warm? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Where's the space heater? Oh, there it is.
Get out of this fucking place. I need to get him.
He needs to get him.
I better check on Roy.
He needs to get him. There you go. And that's why I was even more concerned, Vanya. That's why I went to DMs to check. It's actually, it is a really fucking weird one. I'm assuming this is like a waterproof one or something. But I think spam is that exactly.
I better check on Roy.
Oh, oh yeah.
Roy, fuck's sake.
Oh, gosh, my thank the Lord. I've been worried
Not that you know what a radio is.
No heard a shop since I last
You're too young to know what a radio is, huh, Lacey?
What happened with the chopper?
That cunt tried to go without us, but, well, didn't work out well for him or the bird.
Bloody hell, Kaz. Is anyone alive?
Aye, I saw Finlay. We had to get the Jennies on. And Brody as well, helping with the tension legs. Do you know what? I'm a fucking rig expert now.
Told you to take no time.
Woof.
Yeah, I've got you something along.
Woof.
Those two are alright.
We saw O'Connor.
Colonel,
He's one of these things.
I keep trying to sneak around, but the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
Whatever else
Oh.
folk are being turned into,
I don't think that works.
something
But you can
about
try it.
standing there. What's going on? Roy?
It's alright.
Welcome back, Infinity. Hi, hi.
Once I get my shot, I'll be right as rain.
How was your drive?
Oh, no, I can do it. You saw this rig out?
Is that what happened, chat? That makes sense. It was the wrath of God descending because of the Impreg.
Kaz, that's why Sue loves you.
Yes, Venus.
She really loves
What's up? Oh, shit.
Kaz.
Aye. Sorry, I have to go, Roy. Will you make it?
Is the temptation. Lacey. Lacey, down. Vanya, down.
I'm praying for you, mate. Remember, Jesus loves you, Kaz.
What do you mean Jesus loves me?
Everyone else thinks you're a cunt.
All right, pal.
Get the spray bottles. Get the spray bottle.
Not even God can stop me.
Crazy. What the fuck do you want?
Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
Oh, there it is. Hey, thank you for the follow, Austin. Mwah. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Suze? Is that you?
Oh, Jesus. This one's trying to give me a kicking and all.
What?
Wee boxer, eh?
Aye, you wish.
I wish I could see you. You're beautiful like this.
Aye, well.
I'm so confused. Hello, Austin. How you doing?
What is
Why my burger dry? Your burger just dry.
Suze? Suze?
He's going crazy, chat. Who wants fruit? Vanya, you can't. Stop trying to give yourself to people. La da 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 da. Na 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 na. You ask people if they want fruit, and I said, stop trying to give yourself to people. Okay, wait. Wait. Aha! Stairs.
Look at her.
Oh.
Bigger.
Isn't it pretty, chap? This place would go hard as wallpaper? Bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Agreed, agreed. Especially, like, from a distance.
Shite. That's oil dripping and everything. One sparking. Fuck.
Because I don't think half of the those commands actually do anything.
Suze.
No, 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 no. Probably. You want to draw graffiti here? I mean, if you want to come out here, you go for it. But, yeah, maybe do not. Na 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 na. You think of somebody else? Yes, yes, yes. Those both work. Nope.
Brody.
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad, chat. I don't like this. This is too easy. This makes sense.
Brody. Fucking hell, how you doing?
Better than you by the looks of it.
Eepy, get some eeps. Get some eeps.
You mean anyone alive?
Give him a hug. All right, we'll give him a little kiss.
Roy.
I'm gonna kiss him with his big old mustache, chat.
Excellent. And I've no idea where Finlay is now.
I spoke to her a few minutes ago. She's stuck until she gets past Rennick.
Mm-hmm.
What used to be Rennick.
Feels like everybody
Hey, thank you for the subs. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Cookie. I really, really do appreciate it. Oh, you won. That means we got to give out an extra sub.
Cross that bridge when we come to it, alright? Right now, we have to deal with the stack.
Somebody don't let me forget. I'll give out an extra sub later.
that noise.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's crazy. If I follow you, you'll be pregnant. Got one.
No. Main feed's ruptured.
I do really appreciate it, though. I do.
It could get worse. And if it does, it could spread to the derrick and cause an explosion.
Right, so we're fucked. Again.
Not if
Hit
we
the sub.
fix
Go. I know, right?
the auxiliary gas pipe. If you go over to the processing quad, I can...
What? Have you seen it out there? Oh, aye, it's quite nice in here, you know. Maybe we can swap.
You can't work the controls, Cass. Otherwise, of course, I'd go myself.
Christ.
I think it's funny that they keep doing this.
All right, all right.
Oh, good luck, Ocean.
Need to get there and find the...
By the way, you might want to refresh stream if I'm lagging a little bit for you.
It's on the middle floor, flare side. I'll ignite the stack from here.
Right.
Is it going to be a good surgery, Ocean? I mean, I hope it is.
Jesus. I'll be on the time.
You're a lag. You're a lag.
Good luck, Cass.
Goes back to lurking. Fight me, Neeks. Also. And thank you for being one of my conversations. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm a comfort streamer. Rip me next, cannot rip you, sorry. Mwah. Me and your girlfriend play bye-bye pink. Mwah. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Where is it? Me and your girlfriend playing dress up at your house. I gave your girlfriend cunnilingus on my couch. She's cute, kawaii, hentai booby, so enticing. Hello, I might be a bitch. Ah, fuck. Hey, follow, Drug of Love. Welcome, 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 welcome. No winner this time, but welcome. Chad, do we go up or down? Down probably, right? I might be. Oh, great. Screaming. How you doing, Drug of Love? Ooh, fuck. Oh, 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 fuck. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no. Don't you dare. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Oh. Whoa. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. What do you mean you're waiting? Why are you waiting? No! Why is he hunting me? Why am I being hunted? What did I do?
Hey, you in particular, fuck you, I will kill you.
Jesus. I thought you were just insane monster things. He just likes me the most, huh? Ma. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Sometimes cannibalism is a synonym or metaphor for love. And sometimes cannibalism is a metaphor for eating people. Okay. That would make sense. My God, Becky, look at her. Hi, Toxic. How you doing, sweetie? Becky, look at her butt. She's like one of those rappers' girlfriends. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty-bitty face and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Sorting beads. Objectifying somebody's body? You're right. I'm sorry. I will not objectify anybody else. Except myself, chat. Please objectify me right now. Typical what do you mean?
Of course you can't, 'cause
I'm such a good boy. Open Gangnam Style. What? Oh, it's okay, Drug. You can just be here. Amazing. We'll have to check it out.
Rick,
What did I do that made you giggle? I immediately forgot what I did. Ban for that's true. Vanya, ban Silas. Preemptively ban Silas. I'm worried. They look like they're planning something. I'm kidding. Don't ban Silas. Do not ban Silas. Do not ban Silas. Please do not ban Silence. Please, please, please do not ban Silas.
Jesus, you're fucking joking me.
Too much of a goody shoes who's to objectify me in public, but what in private. Did you ban Silas? Unban Silas quickly. No, 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 no. I was joking. Please tell me you didn't actually ban Silas. Did you? VIP Silas. VIP Silas. Apologize to Silas. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Silas, come back. Silas. I was. Silas. Where's Silas? Where's Silas? Silas. One second, chat. 1 second. We're going to VIP Silas. Oh, he's ready VIP. Okay, good, 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 good. Wait, we're waiting for it. No banning yourself, Vonnie. No banning yourself. Come back, Silas. We're waiting for Silas, chat. We're just gonna sit here for Silas. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. Come back, Silas. Come back, Silas. I'll call Silas. I got this. I got this. I'm calling Silas. He may be working. Oh, that's fair. He may be working. He may be working. Okay. We'll keep going then for now. I do feel really bad. I did not say stop in time.
I'm doing this!
Just a plan from now on. No banning anybody unless they are, like, legitimately shitty. Even jokingly, even if I say ban them, don't ban anybody unless they do something offensive. Silas, thank you for coming back. I miss you, Silas. But that was my bad. Silas, I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Silas. I didn't say not to do it fast enough. I missed you. Mwah. Welcome back. Mwah, mwah, mwah. 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 I don't know what we're doing, chat. Mwah. This is terrifying. I am trying. There we go. Oh, thank you for gifting subs, by the way, Silas. I already thanked you earlier, but you know. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, shit. I quit looking. What happened? What happened? Hi, Ben. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Gears piece, Suze.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I'm not being difficult. I'm just trying to pick up the pieces of your mess.
He wouldn't let it go, okay? He's carried a fucking torch for you since school. He's always hated me for being the bigger man and for having you.
I'll leave the stretch.
Fucking wings.
Oh, no. You're man. You are shitting me, McCready. You're the bigger man. Your 8-year-old daughter's got more brains and bigger balls than you have. What about the kids? The flat's in your name. You go to Berlin and they just
Oh,
take it
bet.
away.
Yeah. Hit me up, Cookie. We'll talk.
No.
Is Vanya still here?
McCready, sit your arse down and you
Vanya, are you still here, Vanya?
to me.
How could we not just talk about this?
Because I am smarter than you, that's why. And I will not let you drag those girls down to me.
Chat, we need Vanya now.
Sort this. Whatever you have to do, I don't care. You sort this or I will leave you. You understand?
Suze, look, I'm really sorry.
That's just enough. Okay, just get out of my sight. Try not to put anyone else in hospital the day, yeah? That might make a nice change for you.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. Who dis?
I didn't mean that. Why'd you have to... Suze.
Wait, they did. I don't think they can ban themselves.
Fuck! Jesus. Suze.
Okay, have a good work. Have a good work.
Christ. You bastard.
How do what's funny is okay. How does Vanya do their name? Thank you. Vanya's not currently banned. Okay. Well, we will. So we'll need to check on. I'll check on Vanya later. I hope they're doing okay. Save me from Gene. What do you mean save you? What do you mean save you? What am I doing, Neeks?
Way through.
I was panicked. What did I do?
To me.
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything, Chad. I swear. Here we go. High five. Good job. Proud of you. That's fair. Vanya might have stepped away for a second. It was a bit overwhelming there for a little bit. I chose the wrong direction, chat. I chose the wrong direction, chat. I chose the wrong direction, chat. Lots of emotions there. Is a lot of emotions. Yes, Aura, what's up, sweetie? Oh, fuck. I don't know. Don't ask me. Why do I do a lot of things? There we go. Ocean pretty. You're right. Ocean is pretty. Ocean, you're so pretty. Good. The game has butt clenching.
Christ, what were they up to?
Interesting. One sec. On you. Boom, boom, boom. Same here, it's scary. Nah, this ain't scary. Wait, what'd that say? Interesting. All right, is everybody taking their meds? If you haven't taken the meds, take the meds. Take your meds right now, chat. All of you.
Finley, Jesus Christ.
Cleary, how the fuck are you no dead?
I thought I was.
You fit to help?
Christ, can anything...
Nice, I'm proud of you.
If we can cut ourselves loose and quick like, buy us time, maybe enough.
Do we even know if anyone's coming?
We've been off radio for hours, so aye, I should hope so.
Finley. Good. Let's. Guys. I thought.
Aye, he's a walking greeting miracle. You doing this or no?
Trying to summon Vanya.
We float the rig. I'll dive down and release the tension cables. Hopefully we balance out, maybe end up higher in the water. I'll need you both in marine control.
You got this.
It's Roy.
Hello, can anyone hear me? I'm stuck up in some fucking hot on the accommodation roof. I don't know how long I can last without insulin.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead, chat. He's dead. He's so dead.
You have to get to marine control with Finley. It's a two-man job and we don't have much time.
You think Roy does? Can't I just leave him? I promised I'd get him home.
Ah, let him go.
Fine.
He's dead.
Want to go? Go.
I don't know which one of them is dead, but one of them is definitely dead.
Gas and oil from the grill, Derek. God knows where else it's leaking to. I can't recommend it.
I know, Brody. But I'm going. I have to.
Engineering's your only path up there, and it's flooded, so you'll have to swim.
I want one of them to talk to you over the phone. That's what I want so badly.
And if you're underwater, stay calm.
Oh, aye, that's exactly how that'll go.
Enough.
Good night, Moreau.
So let's go.
Right, yeah, Brody. Oh, your nerve alright, McCleary?
I'm coming, Roy. I'll find you.
Wait, did you fall asleep? Did you actually fall asleep? This feels right. La da 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 da. Na 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 na. Gather round, you lads and lasses, sit here for a while and hearken to me one for tell about the Emerald Isle. Everybody sing goodnight to Moreau. People don't say it. People, I don't have to. Sorry, I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I was gonna say, people aren't so nice to me when I go to bed. Why does nobody tell me goodnight?
Fast.
Oh, wait a second. I'm back. What's up? Oh, I thought you actually left last time. I didn't know you went to sleep. Oh, there's water pressure. Okay, interesting. Ah, fuck. Shit, I'm drowning. Shit, I'm drowning. Shit, I'm drowning. Oh, shit, I drowned. And we're dead. I figured out what happened. Thank you for the salutes. All right, here we go. I'm lost. Thank you, thank you. What do you mean, JK? What the fuck do you mean, JK? What do you mean? What the No. No. No, rude. Gene, I hope you sleep well. Ha ha ha, JK, fuck you. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? All I want is good sleeps. There it is. Oh, we did it. Okay.
Fuck.
Interesting. Weird. You mean JK? Oh, Chad, I almost sneezed. Oh, I wasn't almost sneezed. There it is. Of course we all love each other. Everybody loves me, right? Right, chat? Oh, thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Thank you, Austin. Wow. Wow. Wow, I hope your socks get soaking wet. Love is a strong word. Chat, you're why I cry myself to sleep at night. You hope my pillow is warm? Should have been me. Uh-huh.
There must be a leak somewhere. Fuck.
Buddy, there's a leak everywhere. Hi, kitten. Also, I cast manual breathing. I cast your toes are too tight together. I cast tongue awareness. Hi, Profane. How you doing, sweetie? But how you doing, kitten?
Fuck.
Do. My, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine head my way. Zippity doo dah, zippity day. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's factual. Everything else just satisfaction. Zippity doo dah, zippity day. A wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Sorry, I got distracted. What's up? I don't know. You could all hate me. You could all secretly really, really hate me. It's true. Enjoy your riding. Enjoy your riding. What the fuck? Chat? I don't think that was supposed to... Okay, well. Interesting. Interesting. Take deep breaths. I refuse. Huh. I miss you already, Neeks. I miss you more. What is going on here? What is going on here? Bad girl? Pomo. You're such a bad girl. Such a bad girl. What'd you do? It is broken, right? Okay, we're gonna reload. Of course. Little mouse. Here we go. Little mouse. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl, little mouse. Don't you ever forget it. Mwah. All right, Jay, here we go. Okay, I'm so confused. She's so happy. Oh, great. I'm glad. La da 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 da. Wait, Pomo, you like being called bad? Really? I can't climb it. It doesn't let me go any higher. Oh. Oh, God, that hurt. Hi. Thank you so much for the follow, TBH Kit Kat. How you doing? The water's rushing and I'm terrified. Oh, God. How you doing, Kit Kat? Oh, you're Little Mouse. Hi, Little Mouse. I hope your day's a little bit better. If there's anything else I can say to you to make you have an even better day, let me know. Apparently, death is one of those things. Bouncing baby bundles blissfully babbles, burble, and beam, bringing boundless joy to beaming parents and their bumbling baby dreams. That was fun. I like alliteration. Thank you for existing. Well, you're welcome. I'm also happy to exist. Oh, toxic, that's nothing. Artificial amateurs aren't at all amazing. Analytically, I astound animate things. Broken barriers bounded by the bomb. Buildings are broken, basically I'm bombarding. Casually, create catastrophes, casualties, canceling, counts, got their canopies collapsing. Detonated, diamond, dang, daily do and don't. Demonstrations, dawn data on the down low. Eating other editors, just eating every energetic, epileptic episodes, elevated etiquette. Furious, fat, fabulous, fantastic. Feelings of funk-filled, feeding the fanatic. Give God great, global goods gone glorious. Getting God lean his name with the glorious. Hit him high, hell high, historical. Hey, Holocaust hymns, hear him holla at your homeboy. Imitate us, idolize, intimidate. In an instance, I rise in an irate state. And that's about as far as I go. Oh, his hands are cold again. But yes. No. That is Alphabetic Acrobatics by Black Alicious. And it is the song that I use whenever I'm trying to practice a new voice.
That can't be real. Come on, guys. Come on, keep it together. For fuck's sake.
You know what? Give me a second. No, give me a second.
Well, enough waiting around.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Guy Fawkes and his companions did the scheme contrive to blow the king and parliament all up alive, 70 barrel below, to prove our old England's... Oh, wow, I don't know this part of it, but there you go. I did the part that you liked. You're welcome. I will do a reading. I'll do a dramatic reading of Edgar Allan Poe if you all are interested. Radio Demon voice. Remember the 5th of November of gunfire, treason, and plot. I see no reason. Anyway, what are we doing? Chat, I'm scared. Chat, I'm scared. Chat, I'm scared. Chat! I'm scary. You're scary. Chat, I'm scared. Kiss me. What do you mean I'm scary when scared? What does that mean?
Christ, that stuff is rank.
La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Give me a second. Let's see if I can. I have. This shirt doesn't have a clothing label anymore. It just comes apart now. You see? That's all I have. Here we go. Red Bull, the green edition, the taste of Kuraba, elderflower, artificially flavored. The wings of Red Bull is appreciated worldwide by top athletes, busy professionals, college students, and travelers on long journeys. There you go. You said read random labels, so I'm reading random labels. Yes. I am so confused, chat. I am so confused. Oh, there it is. Figured out. Okay, I can read this. Warning, do not exceed recommended doses. Not intended for use by persons with medical condition. The product is intended for use in healthy adults 18 years of age or older. Consult your physician before using this product if you are pregnant, nursing, or taking any medication. Do not use if you have high blood pressure or heart problems. Contains caffeine. That is a vibe. That is a vibe. Making out people in abandoned places, I would be all about it. I know, right? Like, it's a weird thing to say, but also felt.
Shit.
Oh my god, he's so goopy. I wanna love somebody. Wait a second, Chad. Wild Kitten Ray and Little Mouse. They're cat and mouse. Oh, hi, Pinky. You guys are cat and mouse. Pinky. Can we get a shout out for Pinky? Doing great. Pinky, my lovely Pinky. You are amazing and incredible. Mwah. Was that intentional? Were you intentionally cat and mouse?
Still up here.
Not originally. There we go.
Oh, Jesus. Bastard.
Stop hiding.
Can you see me? Bastards lost it.
Okay. Oh, God. All right, we're good. Wait, Haunting Adeline. Isn't that the one with the gun? Isn't that the one with the gun scene? And kitten is kitten, that's fair. Please do.
Oh, thank you for shouting at yourself, Pinky. I think Vanya had to take a break. They stepped away. There we go.
Fuck. What the hell? How did they get like that? Christ.
Oh god, oh god.
Let's do this.
He's so spooky. Jet, you aren't scared, right? Nobody scared? Nobody scared?
Roof access. Oh, I'm so close.
Good. We got this, Chat. We got this. You and I, we're here together. Even if that big, slimy, tentacly thing is coming out right now, he's coming for us right now. He's right there. He's right there. He's coming. He's coming for us. And I'm going to open this door. I'm just going to open this door and run straight at him. You ready, Chat? I'm going to run straight at him. Here you go. Ready? 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Oh, no reason to close your eyes, Chat. We're moving on somewhere else. It's fine. It's fine. He can only hear us. So as long as we move quietly, we should be fine.
Jesus.
All right. Oh, so salutations, and we're back on the air. That was asked earlier. Oh god. 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 Ah. Ah, fuck. God. Move. Oh god. Chat, we're back in the water. Na.
Roy's insulin is here.
We got the insulin, Chat. Back in the pipes. Shit. Oh, let me stretch real quick. Let's put up and look for clues, Chat. I'll go to the basement.
I've got to go.
Teabag. Taste it. Okay. Ah! No. That's so dumb. All I did was teabag. Probably not. Probably not, Neeks. Depends on the friend. Okay. Thank God. Alexa, flip a coin.
I've got to go.
Tails. I can also do a tarot reading for you later. I don't know. Whatever you thought Tails was going to be, that's probably what it was. Because you know what you're thinking.
Roy! He up here! Roy!
I do read tarot. I love reading tarot.
Jesus, it's moving all the other place.
I don't know if I'm accurate at all, but, you know, it's a good way to, you know, kind of think about things.
Roy, talk to me, big man.
What's your rising moon? I don't know.
Roy, wake up, you prick. Please,
All right, you ready? I'm going to draw a card for you, Neeks. Oh.
Oh, you bastard. Don't leave me here. Please, big man, come on back. Christ, don't leave me. Roy, don't leave me. I can't do this, man. I'm scared, Roy. I'm fucking terrified.
The Five of Cups reversed signifies recovery, forgiveness, and moving forward after a period of sadness or loss. It suggests a shift in perspective when you're beginning to see positive aspects. Five of Cups inverted.
Kill me, man.
All right, back to it.
She loved you, big man. She really loved you. So did my girls. Wait, what am I going to tell them? Oh, sorry. Your Uncle Roy's not coming home. Aye, I know. Me and Ollie. I love this big man.
It is a sad scene.
I loved him.
Stay off nicotine. The Five of Cups is to move past the negative aspects. You're moving past, you're going to the good. That's what Five of Cups is for.
Better answer. Who's this?
Finlay, Kaz. You got to, Roy. Good. Look, Kaz, the water's up to admin, so I couldn't get to marine control. You need to try and get there from where you are, alright?
Jesus.
Aye. And that English bastard better come and all. You can't stay in that hut forever, no? Kaz? Kaz, you still there? When you're not shouting, I start to worry like. Roy making a fuss? Put him on. I'll get him tailed. Kaz? For fuck's sake, what's going on?
Roy's no coming.
Ah, Jesus. Kaz, did you not make it?
Oh, it's too late.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Kaz.
So for those of you who don't know, Roy was a close family friend,
Relying on me.
No, no.
and we had said we'd get insulin for him,
Buy for him.
and we couldn't make it.
This is your fault. It's not anyone's.
Thank you for the follow, Sleepy. Hello, hello, hello. Mwah. Welcome, 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 Sleepy.
We're all fucking get down otherwise.
Aye.
No one at this time.
Half this fucking Rick.
Good. Then you need to find a way across the deck. Get to marine control room.
My condolences. Exactly, Lacey.
Get there, and I'll talk you through it. Alright?
Right.
Right. All right, back on the scene. Sorry. We just saw a tragic murder. We just saw a guy die who we cared about. Immediately have to Neum. He probably a good bloke. He probably a good bloke. Agreed. He's probably a good man. But how you doing, Sleepy? Welcome. Sleepy Seralith. I hope you enjoy your time here. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Moxie. Mwah. You help Kaz's family a lot, exactly. I think we're getting close to the end. Oh shit.
Jesus fucking.
Oh. How you doing? Yeah. That's normal chat. Oh, motherfucker. Look. You can't blame me for that one. Because I refuse to take any fault ever in my entire life. I thought I was gonna like drop or something. Oh, that's what we needed. I thought there was something beneath me. Okay. You can't blame me for this one. It was a pretty light. See, look at that. Look how pretty that is. No. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, thank God. We're good. All right. Here it goes. Why are we even climbing out on this thing? What was his, like, if it hadn't moved like this, what would he have done? This is the one time where I'm like, everything else makes sense. Well, I mean, you know. Exactly. The higher you go, the more satisfaction. Hey guys, if I'm gonna die, at least I'm gonna die tall. I'm gonna die at the top of everything. It's fair. It's more satisfying to get crushed to death if you fall from a high height. Marine control, we did it, chat.
Spaceship. I'm not touching anything Finlay doesn't take.
Well, stop spilling water on your bed. Stop it. Stop spilling water on your bed. Stop spilling water on your bed. That's all I have to say. I don't know why it caught me off guard that you spilled water on your bed, but like.
Better call Finlay.
Oh, all right. Where's the phone, chat? Ring, banana phone. Do, bing, dong, bing, bong, ring, bong, bing, bong, banana phone.
Fuck. Roper. No, you and all. Nice and slow.
It comes in bunches. I got my hunches.
Aye. Here we go.
It's the best. It beats the rest. Bim bum ding dong about.
In control. I'm
Neeks, put those away. Put those away, Neeks.
not alone.
Fuck. Is it that bastard?
No. Jesus. It's Roper. He's all messed up.
Guys, listen to me, alright? Listen. We need to keep it together.
All right, just tell me what to do.
There's only 2 switches. You just have to find them. First, find the ballast operations panel. There'll be a switch there to put it into manual control. You flip that switch. Go do that, and then I'll talk you through the next part, alright?
Aye, all right. I'll look for it.
That's fair. Just put a towel on your bed. You'll be fine. Take it easy. Oh, well, thank you, Austin. I appreciate it. I don't know who your friend is, but tell your friend I say hello.
Why is it locked? Fuck's sake.
Oh, wait a second, chat. There it is.
It's all right, pal. Here we go. I'll look after this now, all right?
Oh, my God. I'll put it on your bed. Do it. I need to cry, but my foundation was $48. Beat for real. Here we go. All right.
Okay, what do we need to do here? I'm so confused.
Christ, it's way above my pay grade, this.
Okay, these switches are intended for emergency use. Should all personnel at the pontoons. Okay. Finlay. Oh, you're right. We should probably call Finlay. Finlay. Finlay.
Switches at manual.
Right.
What's next?
Now you flood the forward pontoon, and I mean flood it to the fucking brim.
Hold on a minute. The pontoons are already fuck full of oil and gas. This might push it all up to the deck.
We don't have a choice.
Hi, Caro. We're doing good. How you doing?
Pontoon will at least give us a fighting chance.
Brody, is he no down there?
He'll be out of there by now. He's done his part. We just have to do ours, right?
All right.
Oh, fuck. I don't trust him.
It's Roper.
Never mind him. Flood the
I'm so
forward
fucking worried about this.
Hang on.
The game is going good, but this is terrifying. I gotta flood the forward pontoon. Here we go, chat.
Right. Back to Finlay.
God. This is gonna go south really quickly.
All right, that's done. Now what?
That's it. Come on. Come on.
Come on, what? It's moving. Did it work?
Fucking aye. See,
I mean, he's
after all, eh?
Thank Christ, Finlay.
he's not really alive, is he?
What now?
Brody's got a plan. Meet us in drill ops as soon as you can.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
We're going to be all right, Kaz.
I fucking hope so.
God. Uh-oh. Chat. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Huh? Huh? Help. What? Why can't I go back here? I'm so confused. Oh, fuck. I think it's because I jumped. So there was something blocking me. I had to jump. It wouldn't let me go forward. All right.
Suze.
Hello, cat lover. How you doing?
Fuck! Am I losing my mind?
Probably. Away from the fire. This is Gene. What the? Enjoy your medicines. Wing wong ding dong bing bong phone. Boo boo ba doo ba doo. Bye, Moxie. Mwah. Dun 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 banana phone. They're both. I love them both. They're both great.
Shite, that was close.
Out the window. Out the window. I need to sneeze. I'm worth more alive. Thank you. Thank you. Chat, remember. All you have to do is value the person enough to not sell them. And they'll love you forever, apparently.
What's going on? What's going on? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm terrified. I'm terrified. No winners this time. But hello, Blue Arsonist. Mwah. Dum bim bum bim bum bim bum banana phone. Toot doo 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 dun 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 banana phone. It comes in bunches. I've got my hunches. It's the best. Beats the rest. Do 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 do. Oh, the safe word banana. That's true. We gotta behave ourselves now. How you doing today, Blood? Blue Arsonist. I think I called you Blood before. Very different thing. Oh, there's an ad break. Bomb was the word, chat. Fight Bomb quickly.
Shush!
The hell is going on? Do, 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 do. Ah, more water. Yay. I'm so excited and happy for there being more water. I'm so reverse banana. We aren't even looking back. There we go. I don't know why. I'm not going to be able to stop saying but now. That's why. Do 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 na 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 na. Thank you for the follow, Lesborn. How you doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope you enjoy your time here. Oh, and a kiss for Jack. Come here. Mwah. All right. Oh, God. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It does. Singing makes the game so much nicer. Ooh. It's Headman. Ring, rong, ding, dong, ming, mong, bing, bong, banana phone. Ba, 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 da, ba, da. Da, 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 da. Yes, Cookie, you're a good boy, and trust your friends to help him out. Help you out. Did I die? I might have died. I did die. Cookie, you're a good boy. Trust your friends to help you out. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places. There we go. 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 Hello, Miss Suck. How you doing, Miss Suck? How you doing? How's the game going? Pretty well. Pretty well. How are you doing? Well, I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of... Oh, shoot. I went the wrong direction, chat. I think I'm going to drown. Dreams in which I'm dying are the best I ever had. Live, live, breathe. Good. Glad to hear, Miss Suck.
Jesus, that was... Oh, fuck. You rest in peace, you cunt. Get the fuck out of here.
I didn't drown. Let's go! We're going to keep going until I think we can finish this game tonight. I think we can finish this one tonight, which is going to suck because I just finished making my schedule, and this takes up 2 slots on my schedule. So if we beat this tonight, it's going to be like...
Finley?
Oh.
Kaz, you made it.
Brody, what's wrong with Finley? She's freaked out here.
Listen, Kaz, much time. There's oil and gas getting in here.
Okay.
When it fills, it will be headed right up the drill pipe.
What are you on about?
I'm still in the pontoons. I've only got a couple of minutes.
Oh.
I can't stop it. The rig's a time bomb now. You understand?
Oh.
You need to find a way off.
Just get back up here and we'll work it out, yeah?
I can't do that.
What?
I can't get back up.
Wait, no, wait.
I'm sorry.
Wait, listen.
You're on your own now.
I'll come to you. All right?
No, you won't. You wouldn't even get halfway to me. The leg's flooded and the gas, it's no possible.
You got your dive gear?
Aye, but
So you can use that.
it's oil, Kaz.
Oh.
There's nothing to be done.
Oh.
I knew the risk when I came down here.
This was the plan the entire time.
I'm gonna lose you as well.
Listen, I'm alright, Kaz.
Blow it all up.
I'm already back on Sky. You've never seen water like that, Kaz. Clear. Peaceful. You just let go and everything's fine.
Aye.
Aye.
Sounds beautiful.
You go one day. Alright?
No, fuck that. I'm never swimming again after this.
That's vibes. That's vibes. I would not swim again after living this.
Finley, you could do this, alright? I'm sure she wouldn't do something so stupid.
Brody, you there?
Kaz,
Talk to me.
it's getting higher.
He's gonna blow it up.
I'm here, Brody. I'm not going anywhere. All right, I'm here. Brody. Oh, fuck. Brody. Jesus.
No. What do you mean your ship? Were you shipping them? Lacey, what the fuck?
How's this happening?
It's the last two men on the boat. They must fuck.
Fella?
Doesn't fucking matter.
He's dead and you don't think that matters.
Lacey's so real. Lacey's so real.
Always gonna die. All of them. Always. We see that. We fucking about with the lakey and pontoons. And we thought, oh, hell. Watching our pals turn into monsters. Never once. Never fucking once have we tried to do what needed to be done.
Calm down, all right? What do you mean?
I'm ending this. Fucking now.
Finley. No. Come back. Finley!
Homie, she's gonna blow shit up. We go the opposite direction. She goes that way, we go the other direction. Yeah? She goes that way, we go this way.
Finley!
Damn it.
Jesus! Come back, you're not
We don't have a choice. Oh my god.
Fuck off, McLeary. I'm not turning into one of these things. You hear me?
Finley, I don't want to die. Finley. This is what happens. When you oil. This happens when you oil.
Fucking kidding yourself. It's this or nothing.
Here we go. We're going down. Note to oil and ocean. Makes note to oil and ocean. No oil and ocean. What did I just say? No oil and ocean. That's what happens. Oh, wait, sorry. That's what happens.
Finley!
Exactly, chat. This is actually a metaphor. A metaphor for eating Taco Bell too late on a Tuesday.
Finley!
This is your ass. This is your ass on Taco Bell.
Finley!
No!
Where is she?
Jesus, Finlay.
Arf, arf.
Hell.
Oh, she's dead.
I'm here. Finlay, I'm here.
Who is it you hear? When it's close.
Finlay.
Who do I hear?
Finlay. Don't worry about it, Desi.
I hear my wife. I just want to get back to her, Finlay. To my weans.
I hear my boy. When he was wee, you know. I hear him now.
Kate. Fucking Kate.
He's singing.
She's split.
There's got to be a ship coming. You said it yourself.
Christ, guys. We don't want them coming. Jesus!
I'm sorry, Finlay. I don't know what we do.
That is fucking insane, though.
We've got to face
You
it,
know what to
Kaz.
do. You know what to do, Kaz.
Ah! We can't get back. We can't.
Jesus.
But it can.
But it can.
There's no going to stop with us. Fuck's sake, McCleary. For once in your life, be brave. Be brave for them. You can't save yourself. You can save them.
Jesus, Finlay.
You want to leave it a chance? If it gets to the mainland,
Be brave.
you know I'm right. I'm always fucking right.
Oh, Christ.
All right, chat. You know what we're doing, chat? You know what we're doing, chat? We're leaving her to die. We're getting on a boat. We're leaving.
Aye, all right. For them.
All right, chat. Here we go. Why does it make you sad?
All right, chat, here we go. We're going into the bowels of hell here. You and I together. Together, we're going into the hells. Let's see what happens. Hatsune Miku!
Ow. What? I'm so confused. Oh, that's what happened. I can't touch the walls, chat. Hello, Levium. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Mwah. Welcome, 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 welcome. I saw. All right, you ready?
God almighty.
Hello.
To the window, to the,
Well,
Chance.
God, look at it. Look at it pulse. How you doing, Levium? No. No, there's gonna be something down there. There's gonna be something. Oh, here comes, chat. Here comes. You ready? It's time. Oh, I probably didn't read it, Max. Silence. 3, 2. Oh, fuck, I hit the button. 1.
You don't recognize me, do you?
Oh, sorry, love. You know me.
You could say
Flashbang!
that. It's been a long time though, Kaz.
I feel you, Nix.
Susan Lafferty. Fuck's sake, is that you?
Thank you for the stretch.
The very same.
Thank
Christ, Kaz, but you look
you for
no
the hydrate.
different.
I've still got the nose, eh?
Well, looks like someone did a good job of spreading it about your face.
What is happening? I might get the DLC.
Man, a drink.
Jesus, Cass. Because I really want to be thinking about Roy right now.
Who looks after me?
Oh, wow.
He fucking adores you, you know.
Well, I am easy to love, Cameron McCreary.
Yeah. I'm finding that.
Shut it, great Suki Jim.
I do though, Suze. I fucking love you.
Mm-hmm.
I love you more than anything in this whole world.
Did that bomb pop? Well, you're not so bad yourself, all things considered.
Jesus.
What?
I'm serious. Marry me. We'll make beautiful wains. I want to spend my whole life with you.
Well, have beautiful kids.
She's perfect.
She looks just like you.
Thank God for that. She's got your eyes, though.
My dad's eyes.
I'm sorry, Cass. I know you'd have wanted him to meet her.
Nah, fucking.
Breeders.
The bastard wasn't interested in me. Why would he care about her?
You love Jenny's way, Cass.
I'll never leave you, Suze. I'll be at your side forever. And I'm always going to be here for this Wayne.
I like that one, Chubb. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Is that me? Am I me? Who am I? Okay, that's a she's shirtless. Hey, yo. Oh, sorry, I wasn't leaning. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Kiss the Waynes for me. Tell them I'll be back for Christmas.
Oh, this is right before everything. Oh, here we go. That looks right. That looks normal, right?
Hey, Cass. I'm sorry it's been so hard. I just wanted to send you this. To say we'll get through it. I know we will. Just take care out there and bring my beautiful big gallus man back home in one piece, okay? I miss you and I love you. And the girls miss and love you. I'm still raging at Roy, but he's a good man and he'll look after you. Whatever happens, we will be all right. We can weather this.
Interesting.
Just wanted to say that to you, Cass. To keep you safe and close and make sure you know to come home to us. I love you, Cameron McCreary.
Oh.
Be safe out there on those waters. My man. My love.
Huh. Oh, game over. Those are some fast credits. Those are booking it. Look how quick they're going. That was cute, though. I did like the way it ended. GG's chat. Oh, yeah, sorry. Our team, Laura Dobbs, Associate Art Director, Environmental Director, English. I can't read their names. GG's.
Good game. Good game. I actually really enjoyed this a lot. We'll let the song finish. A lot of studios worked on this, though. Kind of surprised. I don't know. I just know it looks like there's a lot of smaller studios working on this. Either way, very cool though. You enjoy if I play the DLC? We'll see how much it is. We'll see how much it costs. I'll take a look actually what else is going on. $11, chat. $11. I unfortunately am a bit low on cash, so it might have to wait till my next payday. But I'll get it. We'll play it later, I promise. Hi, Neeks. What's up? Don't give me money. Don't give me money. Don't you fucking dare. Oh, proud of you, Neeks. Proud of you. You can do it. I believe in you. You did well, though, Neeks. I can't stop you. I'll give it back to you. I'll send it back to you. I don't have a donation link. Oops. I probably need to set up a donation link eventually. I'm proud of you, Neeks. You got this. You can make it to the next one. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit faster through this. There we go. There we go. Zoom. This is the end credits. I do have a Ko-fi. I do have a Ko-fi. Good luck finding it. That's what I used to do my think through. All right, there we go. GG, everybody. GGG. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Well. Don't forget, there is a Discord. This was a lot of fun. Good game, good game, good game. I had a lot of fun. Did y'all have a good time? Did y'all have a good time? Yep, we're coming to the end of stream here. We went through a whole 30 extra minutes longer. I had a good time too. I think it was very, very good, well made, good game, great game. And yeah. I now have to refigure out my schedule because chat, unfortunately, somebody put this game on their schedule twice and now, now they don't know what to do with themselves. Well, chat, we have some options here.
We could raid into... Oh, Robin B. Bat. I think they're playing with Keeper of Fate, doing the draw something. Cryptid Rico's doing Power World. Bunnycomb's Teen Fight Tactics. Or should we raid somebody new? You know, let's raid somebody new. Let's raid somebody new. We're going to raid into Necro Nivell. They're playing Resident Evil 2, okay? You all be absolutely, absolutely, absolutely lovely people. We're going to do a little raid to them. And we're going to do this. All right, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. All right, copy and paste that for me. I'll be back here tomorrow, you know, at the same damn time, same damn place, 5:30 a.m. Sorry, 3:30 a.m. MST. And you all are amazing. Y'all are fantastic. Love you all so very, 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 very much. Give me a kiss. Mwah. I'll see you all next time, okay? Goodbye for now.